You know, the older I'm getting, the more I am starting to like Takano more and more. Maybe it's because I can actually understand her storyline a little bit better now, or her storyline's actually legitimately good, especially in this episode. Yeah, all I have to say is good things about the Takano storyline in this episode. Like, we began with Takano's defeat in Masuribashi. We began with the adaptation of her defeat, and then we continue on to Takano's hesitations with going about her plan with Himizawa Syndrome. In the scene where she read her grandfather's final letter to her, that was a beautiful scene in my opinion, where she read his final letter. The letter that I don't think she's ever read that letter because she never opened that scrapbook. And upon opening that scrapbook, she finally saw the letter and her grandfather's final wish for her. And holy crap, I'd be lying if I said that I didn't tear up during that scene. You couldn't really see it while I was watching because I did record my reaction to that scene, but you couldn't really see it because the camera was so far away, so I won't be showing the footage, but I was on the verge of tears during the reading of that letter because holy crap, that was actually a really good letter. Like, Hifumi, questionable at times, but he's still a really, really good parental figure for Takano. Like, he was a really good parental figure, and yeah, most definitely that scene was pretty good. Every scene with Takano and Go so far is amazing, especially this episode, because we see the reasons why Takano and Tomitake had left, and what they meant by their talk with Rika. Like Teppei, Takano remembered, and she decided to go on a path of change. Honestly, it seems like Go has a constant theme of everyone is changing. While most are changing for the better, there are some that are changing for the worst. Oh my gosh, as soon as I saw her starting to, you know, go for the, I think it's the H173? Yeah, it's the shot H173. As soon as she got the H173, something clicked in my head. Everything clicked in my head. That's how everyone kind of went crazy in all of Rika's loops. Satoko this whole time had the H173, the shot that enhances Himizawa Syndrome. We all knew she likely had the H173 on her, but when I finally saw that could be confirmed, I was so happy when I finally saw it be confirmed. And certainly, I was happy when Satoko declared her win for this game.
その未来を私がゴールとする以上、それこそが約束された絶対の未来。待っていてくださいませ、リカ。大好きなリカ。二人の幸せな世界はすぐそこですわ。
Yeah, I'm quite certain that Sotsu's gonna be a ride. No doubt about it, Sotsu's gonna be a ride. Episode 24 of Higurashi When They Cry Go was a great finale. A great finale for a show that confused me at first, slightly enraged me, but then I grew to love once everything was coming together. So, oh boy, it's about time that, I give an overall review of Higurashi When They Cry Go. Oh my gosh. This is actually the part I've been nervous about for the past few months. Finally giving it an overall review because, well, you have heard my reviews throughout these past many weeks of me reviewing the show. So, really, my overall comments can be compiled within all the videos I made about Higurashi Go as the episodes are coming out. Like, as the episodes were coming out, I said my honest review of the entire series, so now I'm at the last episode, and overall, I have to judge this entire season. Honestly, at first I was confused and I was kind of annoyed by how the story was going, but that was because I didn't have the answers. And as soon as Satsuko Washi came out, the answers were finally, you know, shown. Like, we were finally able to see what this story is about. And I have to say, these episodes definitely make the first episodes make a lot of sense now. So I was going to give the show a lower rating because of the first few episodes actually annoying me. But fuck, man. Oh my gosh. People are going to say that I'm throwing out a 10 to make people happy, but I honestly think that this is a 10 out of 10 anime series. A lot of people would likely disagree with this villain, especially this villain with the score. I can't even think straight, but yes, I actually think Higurashi When the Cry Go is a 10 out of 10 as soon as everything was coming together with Satoko being the overall culprit. Even though I tried denying Satoko as a culprit, as soon as I saw her as a culprit, yeah, I'm gonna be honest here, it made the show 10 times more enjoyable once you realize that this was all Satoko's doing. So yes, I have to get it a 10 out of 10. Honestly, it's keep becoming one of the best Higurashi stories out there. Like, yes, I still love Minagroshi, Meikashi, Sumi Horikoshi, and Tatarigoroshi, but Go is getting up there for me with the Higurashi storyline. Go is actually really good. I genuinely enjoyed it, but I could also see the many points where people might not like it because, well, it was very confusing as it was coming out, and a lot of decisions seemed to be, you know, badly made about, you know, their decisions throughout the past episodes and the beginning of the series. But as soon as these last 5 episodes came out, everything started to make sense for me, at the very least, and I have to say, I think they did it really well. I think they did it really well. Like, honestly, I think that was kind of the intention. Confuse and troll people, and it worked. This trollage and confusion worked. Though, of course, I'm a weirdo with some of my opinions on anime, manga, light novels, and all forms of media because I'm like one of the very 2 people who actually think the Endless 8 of Haruhi Suzumiya is actually genius. I might make a video about that in the future, but I think the Endless 8 is actually a genius thing that they did for storytelling. Yes, it's annoying, but I think it was well done. Go makes sense if you watch the entire 24 episodes, and in my opinion, after watching all 24 episodes, I have to say, it was well done. It was well done. These episodes did kind of troll everyone. At the same time, though, I think that was kind of the intention, and the intention was well played. Rikishi really played this well. And now, upon many people's request, let's get on to talking about Sotsu. I'm gonna say this now. I think Sotsu's gonna begin with the points of view of many of the characters that were affected by the H173 injection. Like, I think the first episodes will focus on those characters, such as Rena and Mion, and maybe Oishi. Ooh. If we get an entire arc from Oishi's point of view of what happened in Tatari Damashi, that would be fucking amazing. If we just get an Oishi arc, where it's his point of view, that would be actually really cool. I want to see that now, actually. You know what? I'm kind of partially expecting an Oishi storyline within Sotsu. Like, I don't even care if it's an episode or part of an episode. I just want to see Oishi's point of view of what happened during Tatari Damashi, for which I think we're gonna get. Kind of like how the answer arcs of Higurashi kind of were the allusions to the, you know, what happened in the question arcs, with Meikashi basically being the other side of Watanagashi and Sumi Horikoshi being the other side of Onikakushi in a way. So yeah, I'm actually looking really forward to Sotsu and how they were probably going to be exploring a lot of the other points of views of the arcs we saw in Go. And, you know, I think the first person we're going to be focusing on is our favorite mascot that Rikishi kind of forgot about, Rena. Oh yeah, I think in Sotsu, Rena might play a bigger role because Rena was the only character that did not go after Rika. That's one thing I am going to point out. Rena never went after Rika. She only went after Keiichi. Something a little bit more is going on with Rena than the rest of the people that Satoko infected. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Rena's story in Sotsu because she might be the outlier in Satoko's ultimate plan of trapping Rika. Honestly, I have high expectations for, you know, Rena's storyline in Sotsu because I feel like she's gonna have a pivotal role in Satoko's game, but I don't think she's gonna be on Satoko's side. But of course, I'm not for sure if she will be on Rika's side either. The second half of Sotsu, most definitely, it's gonna be from Satoko and Rika's point of view. And it could end in multiple ways. Like, you know what? I'm gonna say this now. For the way that Sotsu can end, I have zero to no clue how they might go about this. Like, the most likely conclusion will have to do with something about Burn Castle and Lambda Delta. Satoko becomes Lambda Delta, and Rika becomes Burn Castle. That's the most likely outcome. But everything else, that's up to debate. Like, it's all up in the air. What are they gonna do with the sword that can kill loopers? The sword is the biggest equation as to how Go might end. If the sword's gonna be used on Satoko or Rika, that's basically the deciding factor of Sotsu's ending. Who uses the sword on whom? And, you know what? I'm gonna end off this video with a crazy theory about who the sword might be used on. I think Keiichi's gonna get hit with the sword. I don't know how or why or what will happen, but I think Keiichi is legitimately gonna get hit with the sword that kills loopers. He's either gonna block the sword from hitting Satoko or Rika. Like, he's gonna block the sword in some way. And I think Keiichi might get permanently killed. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction with this idea, but I just have a feeling that Keiichi's gonna get hit with the sword and die. It's a weird ass theory, but honestly, I kind of wouldn't be surprised if that happens. If Keiichi gets hit by the sword that kills loopers and he dies in the end, I would not be surprised at all. Or maybe Shion got hit with it and that's why she's not been appearing in Go at all. Yeah, in the latter half of Go, Shion never appeared at all, so why as if Shion got hit with the sword and she's slowly being erased from the universe? No, here's the even more wild theory. Everyone in the club but Satoko and Rika get hit by the sword and die, and only those two remain, and they both become Lambda Delta and Burn Castle out of their guilt for killing their friends.
Okay.